Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about dating, and particularly you Aries out there. Yeah, that you know who you are. Those fast talking, charging into the room, getting your woman and dragging her off. That guy. So Aries is ruled by the planet Mars. And we all know that Mars is aggression, warrior strength, the masculine man. And that's a good thing. That's a lot of energy for you. You might just make her run right out the door with all that aggression and energy. So we need to know how to pace it, how to get them to come to you. So we're going to work on that. So let's talk about actually how we should leverage that to your advantage. Would you like that? So we know now that your strength is to charge in, take control of the situation, and get what you want. But if you move too fast, she doesn't have a chance to internally adjust to what's going on. So you have to slow down a little bit, and maybe, this is a shock, let her take the lead a little bit. Ask her questions, and then wait patiently to hear the answers. And not just get so impatient that all you want to do is your agenda, what you want to talk about. That's one point. And the other point is, see if you can't get her to pursue you. I know that you would charge right over there, grab her by her neck, bend her over, and give her the best kiss she's probably ever had in her life. But maybe a little slower than that. See if she doesn't show interest in you and come to you, so that when you bend her over for that awesome kiss, she's ready to receive it and she's not just backing off a little bit. So here's how we're going to go about doing that, okay? Okay, my Aries guy, we know you're intense. We know you want to go for it, but you have to let her chase you a little bit. I know that's hard because you want to micromanage everything, and when you want what you want it now, right? You can't exactly do that. Because, for instance, Aries, this was a Taurus woman. They like slow and soft and cuddling, flowers and things like that. A Gemini woman, talk, ideas, let's go here, let's go there, let's do this. On. You gotta know how to handle that. And a Cancer woman, she's gonna invite you over to dinner and make you this great meal and want to nurture you and wait on you. And yes, maybe you'll even get a BJ out of it because, hey, that's nurturing too. A Leo woman and an Aries man. Wow. That's like, boom! That's like sexual energy in spades. I mean, everywhere. The problem is, one of you has to be kind of the passive one a little bit. Or if you want to go with the dominant submissive thing. But whatever. You both can't be so high and up because there's got to be some kind of balance going on there. So it can work and it can be fantastic. But two fire signs, wow. That takes a little practice. Then we've got a Virgo woman. Now, they're pretty and they're smart and they're going to love your energy big time. But they might be a little detail-oriented for you. Well, this is an exaggeration. She might want a spreadsheet to see where you're going to go out for the night, you know what I mean? And a Libra woman? A Libra woman is beautiful, sweet, sensual, wants to be taken care of. She's got a mind of her own, but there's not a lot of fire there. So if you're looking for passion and intensity, it might not be there. On the other hand, a Scorpio woman is so effing intense. You better put on your dancing shoes and get your A game, because a Taurus and a Scorpio match can be amazing. So if you find a Scorpio woman, that could be a really good combination. It's advanced dating because Scorpio women are probably the most forthright, intense, directed women of the Zodiac. Maybe not as much energy as a Leo woman, but there's a lot there. Sagittarius woman, fun, likes to travel, likes to jump around a lot. Another one with fire energy, could be a really good match. Once again, you got to decide who's going to have the fire and who's going to back off a little bit. Capricorn woman, it's an earth sign. Capricorn woman, they're always like working at something. Structure, discipline, persistence. Sometimes there's not enough time for fun. So your job with a Capricorn woman is to make it fun. Get her out of her head a little bit. An Aquarian woman, now that's an air sign. They're like a Gemini, only more subtle, I guess. Always thinking about problems of the world, how to fix things, how to make things happen. Maybe not as aggressive when it comes to sexuality, but really interesting to talk to. Really interesting. You know, some women, my Aries friend, some women are just meant to be your best friend. And other women are meant to be your best sexual partner. And some women, if you're lucky enough, you get to have both. And that's what we want to do. We want to try and find the one that will give you both. And the last woman of the Zodiac, the Pisces woman, a water sign, dreamy, sensual, romantic, sexy as hell. Sometimes a little wishy-washy. She's like a dreamer, but hey, you can't beat her vibe, I guess is what I want to say. And she's not going to appreciate you charging in for sure. She needs you to back off a little bit and kind of ease in. Does that make sense? That, you think on that for a second. And let's go back and think about how we can fix what you need to do to bring your A game to all those women. My Aries lover, let's talk sex. And believe me, when I talk sex, I'm not shy about it at all. First of all, Aries, I don't care which of those Zodiac women you're going to go to bed with. You've got to slow it down. Intentionally slow it down. Start a little foreplay and see what she responds to. Maybe she loves to have her breasts played with before you even move down here. Maybe she just wants to cuddle. Believe me, if it's a Taurus woman, she probably just wants to cuddle. A Cancer one too. So feel it out. See what she likes. Ask her if she likes it. Maybe, if she's a Gemini, you could just say to her, hey, what do you like? Let's do that. What turns you on? Do you like toys? Do you like fingers? I mean, what do you like? So, but you can't say that to everyone. They're not ready for it. So you kind of got to feel that out a little bit too. Because some of them, you know, you might get to the sex part, but you know, you're going to have to go through a fair amount of slow foreplay to get there. And that's where you Aries men can screw up, because if you do it wrong, you will turn her off so quickly. And if it's someone you really like, they're going to walk right out the door, and that's going to be it. So you just got to know the cards you're dealt and how to play them. And once you know that, it makes all the difference in the world. And you know, you can find out her sign really easily. Hey, when's your birthday? What month is your birthday? If she says July, it's a pretty good chance she's a Cancer. Well, she might be a Leo at the end of July, but you can tell the difference between a Cancer and a Leo woman. Easy, easy. One is trying to jump your bones and the other one is trying to make you a cup of tea. It's pretty easy. Of course, there's variations and you got to watch carefully. And then, you know, when it's time to really get going, do it with thoughtfulness. Feel out her responses. What do you think she's liking? Will she talk? I know a lot of women won't talk when they're having sex, but if you can get her to talk and she can tell you what she likes or doesn't like, that would be great. And then at the end, don't just roll over and go to sleep. Please, dear God, do not do that. Put her in your arms and tell her how wonderful you are. Even if she's not wonderful, even if it was the worst experience ever, just because. Well, I kind of think of like being a Girl Scout. Girl Scouts, when they go camping, they always leave a pile of wood for the next Girl Scouts that are going to come along, or Boy Scouts. So leave it with a good experience so the next person that comes around won't be totally turned off. I know that's kind of a funny analogy, but I think you get my drift. And that's about it. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, shoot me a DM. And maybe I'll tell you what sign I am. Can you guess? And last, if you're with an Aries woman, same birth month as you, well, you can guess there's going to be a lot of energy. There's going to be a lot of, I want to lead. No, I want to lead. Let's go here. Let's go there. Charging around. But if you know that about her, if you know she's an Aries and she's going to be kind of like that, jumping around energy, charging here, charging there, then it's your job to moderate it down, maybe even let her lead a little bit. But know that she's got that kind of energy. And then once you've hooked her a little bit, you can say, okay, darling, slow it down. I'm here. I'm going to take charge. But don't do that in the beginning, else it'll just be a huge fight. Well, not a fight, but just, it just won't work.